Hi, I'm Constable Watson with the Calgary Police Service, and I'm here with Constable Van Dorp with the traffic unit, and he's going to walk us through the perfect traffic stop.
Thanks for having me, Ryan. As you can see, we've pulled this vehicle over for speeding today. As an officer, we typically pick a safe place to pull a vehicle over well ahead of time. We want to make sure it's safe for them and for us. It's also important as a driver, when you see the emergency equipment on a police vehicle activated, their lights and their siren, it's important for you to pull over to the right-hand shoulder if you can, as safely as you can.
Would you run their license plate?
Yeah, so an officer doesn't right away approach the vehicle. What they're doing in the vehicle is they're running their plate on our computer dispatch system. That ensures we know who we're dealing with, as well as we're checking our surroundings to make sure it's safe to approach that vehicle. So an officer will typically approach the driver's side of the vehicle. They'll identify themselves and they'll let you know the reason for the traffic stop. It's important that you have your documents ready, including a license, insurance, and registration. Hi, ma'am. How are you today? Good. I'm Constable Van Dorp with the Calgary Police Service. I've pulled you over for speeding today. Is there any reason you're going so fast today? Okay. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, and registration available? Thank you. Perfect. Are you still living at this address, ma'am? Perfect. I'm just going to go back to my police vehicle for a few minutes. If you need to get me for any reason, just honk the horn or wave out the window. It's important that you stay in your vehicle for your safety, okay? Sure. Thank you.
So what documents did she provide to you?
On the demand of a police officer, you have to produce your driver's license, your insurance, and registration. The driver's license and the registration should be a hard copy. The insurance can be a digital copy as accepted by the laws.
Are you going to write them a ticket or give them a warning?
Well, at this time, I'm going to do some checks on my computer and I'll make a decision. But if I do give them a ticket, it's important for them to know it's not the time or the place to argue on the side of the road. The time or the place to dispute the ticket is in the court system. They've even made it easy now where you can actually go electronically online and send in a request to have your ticket reviewed. Just make sure you don't let it go past the due date.
Perfect. Well, thank you for walking us through the perfect traffic stop.
You're welcome, Aaron. Thanks for having me.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. How about yourself?
Good, thanks. So the reason I pulled you over is your plate doesn't match your car.
Yes.
And then roll up the window a bit, please.
Well, I know exactly what you're doing by getting me to roll it up. So I just purchased the car. So here's my bill of sale. Here's my transfer paperwork. And I can provide you insurance that matches all that.
Okay, great. Like I said, I want to look the window too a little bit.
Okay, give me one moment. How much would you like it up?
I said a little bit. My hand is here. Stop. Okay. Tint on the window you shouldn't have either, right? So you just bought this car today or what?
Well, I'm from the dealership, so yes, I purchased the car today, and here's my license. I'm assuming you want that as well. I purchased the vehicle today, but I am the dealership.
So you bought the car today.
That's
you have your own
correct.
dealership, so you're just driving the car around then, or are you taking it back to your dealership place or what?
Yeah, taking it back to the dealership. Yeah. What caused you to run the plate?
Oh, just a different plate on it, and we said kind of figure out what kind of car it was, and it came back to Kia Sorrento, so it's not even part of the vehicle. Yeah. And then I saw you roll your window down and looking back, waiting for me to stop you. I'm like, well, I'll pull you over and see what you need, and then I saw you roll your window down and looking back, waiting for me to stop you. I'm like, well, I'll pull you over and see what you need, and then I saw you roll your window down and looking back, waiting for me to stop you. I'm like, well, I'll pull you over and see what you need, and then there we go. And here we are now. So other than that, that was about it. So
Oh, this is gonna be gold. I've been waiting for a police pullover for that plate forever.
20 minutes later.
hey.
Hello.
So yeah, I'm videotaping too.
Yep,
So
no, I'm
here's your
aware.
ticket right here for tinted windows.
Okay.
You have paid by July 10th, 2023. You have until then to contest it.
Okay.
If you want to contest it, they show up there. Make sure you bring your video because it has a nice picture of your tinted window on it too. So
I'm not going to contest it.
I'm
don't
just
worry.
saying,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to me none.
No,
I don't
it's
care,
fine.
So.
The YouTube video pays for the ticket, so it's totally fine. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. Make sure I get royalties with it.
Hey, my last one with Calgary Police is 1.4 million, and I've made $11,000 on the video.
Oh,
so,
really? So why did you buy your car from your own company then?
So this is...
Just explain to me how that works because I don't understand that.
So basically, the reason why this is done is this plate, I'm actually going to personally drive this vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay? So to do that, I need to have a bill of sale and this transfer form. So I filled this out today. Unfortunately, the registry is closed for the day.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning, I'll be going to the registry to register the car.
You bought it from you bought it from your own company though. Like you didn't buy it personally yourself. So like is that like a company vehicle or? I don't understand.
I mean, the source of the vehicle is kind of irrelevant to this. The registry requires a bill of sale
I know.
and a transfer form.
I get that. I just wondering, like, your company bought it, and then you're buying it again from your company.
Yeah, that's
for
correct.
your own personal use.
For company use.
For the company.
Yeah.
Okay.
For company use. So.
No, I just didn't understand that, but.
Nope, it's all good. So I just have a question, and this is not a contesting thing. I'm just purely curious. Because I've never been clearly answered this before.
Yeah.
Are police able to run a license plate for any reason?
Yeah, because you got to make sure the plate belongs to the car.
Okay.
Stolen vehicles.
Yeah. No, I understand the reasoning behind it. Yeah.
In this video, we're going to discuss what to do when you're pulled over by the police anywhere in Canada. Stick around to the end of the video for the most important piece of advice on what to do at a traffic stop. If you have a driver's license, you need this information to deal with any situation that arises when you're at a traffic stop. You need to know what to do, what to say, and sometimes what not to say to the police when you're pulled over. Here are a couple of things you should for sure do when you're pulled over by the police. First, pull over safely and quickly. Second, turn off your vehicle. Third, turn off any background music you have going. Fourth, roll down your window. And fifth, think about gathering your driver's license, insurance, and registration. Just wait for the police to come to you. Do not get out of your vehicle. Do not go and talk to the police. If they're taking a while, it's probably because they're running your license plate through their systems to see if there's any warrants, if there's any tickets, and if you're a valid operator of that vehicle. Here are some things you should for sure not do. Actually, there's only one really. Do not get into an argument with the police. Famous last words of most of our clients when they get into trouble with police is they tell them, I'm not doing something, I know my rights. Unlike a situation when you're under arrest and in police custody where you can just say nothing and you can insist on a lawyer, in Canada, at a traffic stop, you do not have a right to call a lawyer. And in fact, the police have a lot of rights to gather information from you. There are 4 things the police can always do at a traffic stop in Canada. First, they can ask for your driver's license. Second, they can ask for the rest of your documents, including registration and insurance. Third, the police can inquire into the mechanical fitness of your vehicle. And fourth, and most importantly, the police can inquire into the driver's sobrieties. All across Canada, the police can always pull any vehicle over at random and ask those 4 things and make those inquiries. Here's an important point. Just because the police can always pull you over and ask you about those 4 things, don't assume that's why they're pulling you over. And don't fall into the trap of answering the police questions when they ask you, do you know why we pulled you over? Let them tell you why they pulled you over. The reality is, you have no idea why they're pulling you over. It could be those 4 things, or it could be a number of other things, such as a tip about a stolen vehicle, or a tip about somebody leaving the scene of an accident that matched the description of your vehicle. It could be anything in the world. Let the police tell you why they're pulling you over. Do not volunteer any information to them. The police know what they're entitled to do and what they're not entitled to do. That doesn't mean they won't push the envelope. Some examples of the things that the police might ask or ask you to do that go too far are asking you where you're coming from, where you're going, who you were with, whether they can search your vehicle, whether they can search your person. that may be going too far in the circumstances and you may not have to comply with those requests. So how do you know for sure what you do and don't have to do at a traffic stop? This is the most important piece of advice I've been looking to sharing with you. If you're not sure whether you have to comply with the request or answer the question the police put to you, ask the officer whether you have to answer their question. Ask the officer whether you have to provide them with the piece of information they need. Ask the officer if you have to agree to a search of your vehicle. If you're not sure, just ask. This is critical. And it's critical because it will engage your rights. If the police ask you for information, but then also tell you that you must provide it, and they're wrong about that, that information will be excluded from any proceedings down the road.